Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon in Gemini, June 6th, 2024, psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch this entire video because this new moon in Gemini is not just going to affect your sun sign element only. So if you know the elements that correspond with your rising sign and your moon sign as well, I recommend you watch those also. Because remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you may want to check out the element that corresponds to your cusp sign. So all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for the new moon in Gemini. And I'm starting with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. This new moon in Gemini could make the earth signs feel a little wonky, like off kilter, off center, out of balance. Some of you earth signs may feel like there's something you really want to show up to, be present, push forward on something. But especially like if there's anything you can teach, any speeches you can make, any presentations, if you have to give your kids any like talking to or life lessons or not just your kids, but could be, to if you're a manager, a supervisor, boss, you may need to do that to your employees or your coworkers. But it could be a presentation or a speech or something of that sort. Remember, these energies last for the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but they're going to be the strongest the days around the new moon. Some of you earth signs may be like, I want to declare something. What is it you want to declare? It could be like you want to make an announcement that you're moving or that you're quitting or, that you're, buying a new home. Something major. I'm changing my career path. Whatever it is, like, some of you earth signs are going to be inspired to make some kind of big declaration or big announcement. You may find yourself, earth signs, like a little upset and off kilter and disjointed if things don't go as planned or aren't just so or perfect. So even if you're not a perfectionist, this new moon in Gemini could drive up like perfectionist traits and qualities in you. Some of you that are going out for a job or like a job interview or an audition or something like that, you could get the part, you could get the job, is likely for some of you. Some of you are going to feel very proud and you're going to stand very tall, and this could be like you could graduate from something, you could win an award, you could get a promotion, you could win something else, but it's going to also affect your stature and your pride and your feeling of like strong sense of self-worth and accomplishment. If you're learning or trying to study something on your own, or if you're taking any classes or anything like that, you are going to catch on to things very quickly. So learning new things, whether it's of your own volition or a class that you're taking, you're going to do really well. Over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you're going to catch on really quick. So now on to the 3 cautions for the earth signs. You stand a good chance of overspending. Some of you may overeat also, but I get overspending. And this could be like you could pay too much for something. It may not be that you're on a spending spree and you're spending too much. That way, it could be like that. But you could buy something and not search out the best deals or overpay for something also. You may need extra rest. You could be extra tired and you may have used extra force in something. Like if you were lifting things that were too heavy, doing too much work, staying at work too late, working too many hours, burning the midnight oil, burning the candle at both ends, or lifting and moving heavy things. Could be weights in a gym, but it could be stuff in your environment. And this could cause you to be extra drained and tired. So make sure you get enough rest over the next 30 days, like nap and try to go to bed early or sleep later, like get extra sleep. I also feel that a caution here for some of you earth signs is you're going to get confused over something somebody's telling you. And you may need extra clarification. Don't be afraid to ask, like, you know, whatever the situation, at a doctor's office or, you know, at a visit to an accountant or a lawyer or at your job or one of your kids telling you something. Like, I feel you're confused, you're going to get confused or uncertain about something, and you need to ask for clarity. So don't be too proud or feel weird about asking for that clarity, because I do feel like you're going to need it. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. I just want to say here before I go on to the water signs that if you would like to get the latest video series I recorded for my Vimeo on-demand pages, my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2024 is available on Vimeo. That link is down below in the description box in the Show More section. It's also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. You can get the links there. And if you click on the links on that page, it is directly linked to that zodiac sign, because some people are buying the wrong sign. Not really sure why this happens from time to time, but if you want to avoid that confusion, just go to my website and click on those zodiac signs, because they are directly linked to that specific zodiac sign. So I hope you'll decide to check them out. People always look forward to hearing the mid-year Psychic Tarot update. So you may want to see what comes up for you. So now on to the element of water. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You water signs may find that you want to utilize everything you have at your disposal. So, like, if you have a lot of ingredients at your house, canned goods, dry goods, whatever, you may feel like, I want to cook or bake or cook things and use up all these ingredients. Or if you want to improve something or create something or build something, you may scour your house for, you know, material, fabric, screws, nuts, bolts, wood, whatever it is you need, and really utilize all the materials you have at hand to avoid having to go out and buy ingredients, you know, and the necessary items. So I feel like you water signs are going to be thrifty and industrious in that way. Some of you water signs may find over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you get involved in some kind of new clubs, groups, organizations. It could be gyms, it could be yoga class, it could be training of any kind, but really could be art classes, anything that it would involve dealing with groups of people, new clubs, new groups, new organizations. Some of you, over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, are going to start a new business. Or if you already have a business, you may start a new aspect to your business or offer new products, new services at your business. But starting a new business comes up here for you water signs. I feel like some of you water signs, this is kind of an unusual message, may want to placate somebody, pacify them, placate them, calm them down, tell them what they want to hear or tell them what they need to hear, or tell them certain things to keep them quiet so they're not going off the rails. So you have to see how that comes up, because this could be like to one of your family members. It could be to a client or customer. I don't know, but I get that energy for you water signs. Some of you are going to get really inspired, you water signs, to exercise, work out, join a gym, join a yoga class, go running, buy equipment to use at home. Like all that kind of like ambitious energy for physical exercise and activity kicks up. I also get you water signs weeding out things that are not good for you. Now, some of you could literally be weeding your yard and garden and grass and whatever. But it could be weeding out friends or people in your life that are not good for you anymore. Or weeding out clients and customers and patrons that you feel like they're detrimental to your business and you're not going to do business with them anymore. Or could even be family members that have caused disruption for you. But it could be foods or medicines that you want to weed out that you don't feel is helping you or is good for you anymore. Some of you may have to get a license, a permit, a zoning permit, some other kind of licenses or permits for other things. I also see you getting like things notarized, certified, notarized, stamped of approval. And like I said, permits and licenses, that comes up. So now here are the 3 cautions for the water signs from the energies of this new moon in Gemini on June 6, 2024. Well, some of you are going to overeat, but some of you are also going to overestimate something. So let's say you think you can jump over this creek, or that you can jump over this ravine or gap in the ground or hole in the ground. You're going to fall in it. You're going to what you're going to do is you're going to overestimate your ability to jump over something. And that can be literally, it could be figuratively. You may say, "Oh, I got enough time to finish this project," but you don't. "Oh, I've got enough time to travel to that appointment," but you won't. So anything that you're evaluating, distance, especially distance of jumping, distance of driving, distance of walking, distance of bike riding, distance of swimming, you're overestimating your ability to do it, or you're underestimating how far away it is. Some of you have to be careful, because I'm hearing you water signs could bite off more than you can chew in a conversation with somebody, and it's going to turn into an argument. So you could like really get agitated. There could be sparks flying. You may think like a conversation you may think is going to start out maybe a little edgy, or, maybe it's just like a little tense, maybe a little bit, but it is going to escalate. So you water signs need to be careful of that, I'm not saying don't argue. Maybe you need to have this argument, okay? I'm just warning you that some like tense, possibly tense conversation, or a conversation you feel like tentative about, could escalate into an argument. Some of you need to be careful you don't violate somebody's personal space or their rights. Like, you know, maybe you're going to plant some tree and it's going to be on a property line and you're kind of violating your neighbor's property. Or you're parking something in front of your house and it's like a big RV. And maybe you're violating your neighbor's, like maybe that's a violation in your neighborhood. Like violating people's rights and space comes up here. So be cautious of that. So I'm going to repeat this here because I don't know that all of you listen to all of the signs, but if you want to get my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2024, it's available on Vimeo. The link is down below in the description box. It's also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. If you click on your sign, it takes you to, on that page on my website, it takes you to that direct exact zodiac sign. I'm saying this again because people seem to have an issue lately of not getting the sign that they say they're clicking on. Well, I have linked those links on my website directly to that exact sign on Vimeo. So to avoid that, if you don't want to go down below and click and then have to click from the list, go to my website. It'll take you to that exact sign. It's a very popular series. Everybody likes the mid-year update, so you may want to check it out. So now on to the element of fire. This is for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Some of you fire signs are going to be affected by this, the energy from this new moon in Gemini. Like you want to laugh it up. You want to have a good time. You may feel like you want to party or have a barbecue, have friends over, go out with friends, really like whoop it up and laugh it up and have a good time. Some of you fire signs are going to be drilling down into secrets. Now, this could be secrets of like somebody in your life. Could be secrets, family secrets of your family history and lineage. Some of you, it's secrets to do with things going on out in the world. But you're going to be very determined to drill down and get to the bottom of things, especially anything that would be considered secret. Wow, some of you are going to be like, you want to parade around and strut your stuff. You may be feeling really buff, really good, looking good, hair looks good, your skin looks good, you got the, you know, the whole, you know, body, you know, is on fire, whatever you want to say. And so you may be quite showy over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but especially the days around the new moon in Gemini. You could have issues with coughing, asthma, breathing difficulties, anything to do with like bronchitis, allergies, asthma, that kind of thing could kick up for you over the next 30 days. Some of you will get a new vehicle. It could be a car, it could be a boat, it could be a jet ski, it could be a scooter, it could be a bicycle. I know that's not really a vehicle, but you know, it could be anything like that, a moped. Some of you fire signs may decide to take on more work, but I feel like you're going to get very rewarded for it. So like you may work extra hours, overtime, or you may take on more business or clients or customers, or do more work in general for a business you own or for a company you work for, but there will be rewards or monetary blessings and compensation for your hard work and efforts. Some of you fire signs are going to catch the eye of somebody that would like to date you. So if you're single, you may want to go on a date with this person. If you're coupled, and you're not interested, then you got to be prepared to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm already involved with someone. So here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. You could find that you trip over yourself or trip over your words. If you have to if you have to teach, coach, give a speech, give a lecture, give a sermon, give a eulogy, give a toast, you may trip over your words a little bit. It's like, I feel like your brain is going to be working faster or there's a disconnect between your brain and your words. You may notice that people's nerves and emotions are going to seem a little tense and on edge and kind of raw. And it may not just be people you know, which it could very well be, friends, family, people you work with, but this can be out in the world, like people driving, people at the food store, people waiting in a bank line, like wherever you're going. So keep that under your hat, because like people could say like really snotty, snarky stuff that could really shock you. Just be aware that that could happen over the next 30 days. You also need to be careful that if you, like what I'm hearing, my guide's exact quote is, you could take off on something, fall off, and break something, or get hurt. So, like, if you've never ridden a motorcycle before, don't try it over the next 30 days, because I feel like you're going to hit the gas and the thing's going to fly and you may fall off. I don't know. I'm going to use an analogy. It's stupid. I'm sure you guys will comment down below how stupid it is, but it's what came into my head. If you ever watched the Twilight movies, and I think it was in the second one, where Bella gets on this motorcycle and she never went on one before, and she flies and she falls off and she gets really hurt. That's what I see happening for you fire signs. Like, this is not the time where you say to your friend, hold my beer while I jump off this, cliff into this rocky water down below. It's not the time to get on like some kind of like a scooter, a motorcycle, something that could ride like those things that are like, I don't know what they're called. They may call them hoverboards. I don't know, but they're like a skateboard, but I think they only have like one wheel in the center, or I don't know. I just see fire sign people getting on something and woo, and they go flying and fall off. Or it's not the time, like if you've never done gymnastics before, don't try to do the uneven parallel bars at this time. I just wouldn't recommend it. I feel like there's going to be some like, woo, like all this energy comes from you because you're going to be really psyched about trying this new electric thing, or this machine, or this jet ski, or this motorcycle, or this hoverboard, or this whatever, maybe even a regular skateboard if you've never skateboarded before. You're going to fall. I hate to say that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of falls, and you could break your foot, your ankle, I don't want to see that happen to you. I broke my wrist, and I got to tell you, I never realized how much that would hurt. I've had other physical things happen to me that hurt pretty bad, believe me, but that hurt way more than I ever would have thought. You don't want to break anything, okay? Please don't break anything. And I have a fire sign, rising sign, so I can tell you, I'm not getting on anything or jumping off of anything or doing anything weird over the next 30 days. So now, I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And before I get started on the air signs, I just want to remind you guys, you may want to go back and watch my psychic tarot readings for the month of June 2024 and see what's going to come up here for you the rest of this month. Also, you know, my predictions aren't always going to happen to you on the month that I read for, because timing's different for all of you. You may even want to go back and listen to April or May psychic tarot readings, because some of those things could be happening to you right now. Just food for thought. I feel that many of you air signs are going to have lively interaction and conversations with others, whether it's online, whether it's in person, on the phone, doesn't matter. I get lots of lively and engaging conversations and interactions with people. Some of you air signs may find this is a time for you to write that play you always wanted to write, that script for a play or a movie you always wanted to write, that journal you wanted to start, that novel you wanted to write, that blog you wanted to start, like writing things that you feel knowledgeable or passionate about. It would be a great time over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but especially the days that circle around the new moon in Gemini. Many of you air signs will be wearing your heart on your sleeve over this next 30 days. So if you think you're going to be slick and sly, or like keep things on the down low and not let people know what you think or feel about them, whether it's love or anger or, you know, whatever your thought is on them, you're not going to be able to contain it. You're going to be wearing your emotions on your sleeve over the next 30 days. Wow. You are going to be very, very gabby, and you may tell it all. You know, this should be a caution. It's not coming up as a caution, but I'm going to throw the word caution in here, because you may have certain things like you don't want to say to people. Secrets or just opinions, or, well, I feel like you're going to like really share a lot of your secrets, your inner thoughts, your opinions, your emotions. So I'm going to throw it in here as a caution, because I think later on you may regret that. So even though I'm not to the caution point of your reading, this is what I see could possibly happen for you air signs. You do something very productive, air signs. You get something up and off the ground and running. It could be a machine. It could be a business. It could be a website. It could be some new project. It could involve technology. It could involve machinery. It could just be some big project that you have been working on, and it's going to get completed and get going. If you have any legal cases that come up, you are going to gain financial gain, especially anything you have to do that involves dealing with a lawyer. It will work out in your favor. Like any kind of litigation, lawsuits, settlements, mediation, or anything to do with like contracts. Some of you could get something that really improves your sleep, like a new mattress, or getting one of those things that makes noises like the rainforest or the ocean waves or something. It could even be like room darkening shades or a sleep mask or something. Some of you are going to get something that definitely improves and enhances your sleep over the next 30 days. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You really need to think about what you say, because I feel, and I think another sign got this too, but it was worded differently. You could find yourself stumbling over your words. So before you have to give any presentations, teach any classes, speeches, videos, you need to really think before you speak. You air signs need to be careful, because this and the energies from this new moon in Gemini could cause you to be quite hot-headed. So if you have that tendency already, well, this is going to exacerbate it. So you might be hot-headed, especially the first 2 weeks, but it could even last up to 30 days. This is a little confusing, but my guides are saying some of you air signs are going to be working at cross purposes with somebody, and it's going to backfire. So if you have to work with somebody on any projects, I don't care whether it's in your family, at work, at home, doesn't matter, at a business, you need to be on the same page. Because if you're like, say you and your significant other, like, they think it needs to be done this way and you think it needs to be done that way, so they're going to do their half that way and you're going to do your half your way, and it's going to backfire. It's not going to be good. So there needs to be compromise and cooperation. And if you feel like you're going to get the better of somebody somehow, like could be like a coworker or something else going on, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get the best of this situation, I'm going to do it this way, or I don't care what my boss says, I'm going to handle it this way, that is going to backfire. So keep that in mind. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it. Share it with others if you feel it's worth sharing. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of this special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look at very specific topics using a variety of divination tools for psychic predictions and messages for each sign of the zodiac, you can get my most recently recorded video series. Those links are down below in the description box in the Show More section. And if you're not sure where that is, just click on the title of the video and that will pop up. Now, I always say it's below the videos. Well, YouTube has now switched my stuff around, so now my comments are over here on the right, which I absolutely hate, and I did try to contact them. It hasn't been changed yet. I really don't like responding to comments over on the right. I like typing them underneath. So when I'm saying it's down below the video, if you're watching on a laptop or a table or a desktop, it may be on the right. Just click on the title of the video and these videos will pop up. Now, the most recently recorded video series are my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2024, where I did the Center of the Celtic Cross Tarot spread. So there's a lot of information there. These readings are very popular every year, so I hope you'll check them out. As in all my video series, I really recommend, if you can get your rising sign and your sun sign both, is the best way to get the most out of the messages and predictions. Or if your moon sign resonates with you, usually on YouTube, go with that. Also, my What's Lucky and New for You in 2024. Those videos are available if you want to see what I got, what's going to be lucky for you up till the end of the year. You may want to check that out. And new, lucky and new. And not everything that's lucky, that is lucky, feels lucky in the beginning and can turn out to be lucky later. And not everything is new is good. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So you have to see what comes up for you there. Also, by request, I did a 2024 financial psychic tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac. Those predictions go out until the end of this year, the very beginning of next year. So you may want to check them out. And don't forget, my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for June of 2024 are available. This is like a continuation or an expansion of the psychic tarot readings I do every month. And it's full. I look at everything I can think of to look at in these crystal readings. And these are the least expensive of all the video series I record. You know, my videos, those crystal readings are like $298. Some of these video series are $440. I mean, sometimes these are less than a cup of coffee at your favorite coffee place. So just keep that in mind. These psychic predictions and messages may be very helpful to you, so you may want to check them out. If you find my YouTube readings resonate with you, people write that over there on Vimeo all the time, that it's like a private reading, so you may want to check them out. Also, if you would like to help support this channel, you can make a donation. I have a link down below, all the way down at the bottom, that is connected to PayPal. So thank you for all of your donations. I do really appreciate it. And if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that's not in a video format, I pull tarot cards, sometimes oracle cards, and I write 5 paragraphs of predictions. You can follow these on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, the Lucky Mermaid _ on Instagram, although I don't post there too much anymore because scammers are like copying my pictures and making the profiles look like mine and scamming people so bad over there. They're even doing it on Facebook. They're also doing it on YouTube. So you got to look at the spelling of the words because they're misspelling it. Whatever it is, and just because they copied the pictures, it doesn't mean it's me. And if I'm contacting you, you can know right then and there it isn't me, because the only way I'll contact you is if you are on my wait list or my cancellations list, and I have over 2,000 people on those lists combined, so the chances of me doing that is 0. I'm never going to solicit my anybody on a community post ever for a private reading, ever. I'm never going to do it. And if anybody contacts you with Telegram, WhatsApp, I don't even have those. So if anybody contacts you, it looks like me, you need to report it, because I'm not doing it unless you're on my wait list or my cancellations list. So I hope you have absolutely awesome energy that comes to you from this new moon in Gemini, June 6, 2024. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.